We've already covered 4 of the most important components on the forehand, starting from the way you're holding the racket, so holding the racket with your left hand, the unit turn, and then coiling right before you explode. So now we'll be talking about the swing path. So when you take the racket back, you want to keep the racket head up here, around shoulder level, with the racket head slightly above your hand. And right before you swing, you want to drop your wrist slightly so that the racket lags back. And then you should be contacting the ball as your wrist is lagging. And after you make contact, you want your wrist to come around and finish with your elbow up and your hand low. Now, so when the wrist lags back, it keeps the racket face closed, and that's what creates the whip effect on the forehand. So when your hand goes forward, your wrist should be going back. Then as you hit, your racket will come back and make contact with the ball. So that is why some of the top players are able to generate such ridiculous amounts of racket head speed, because they keep their wrist very relaxed, so their wrist goes back and then snaps forward. So as you notice, you don't really have to drop your arm too much. You want to keep your arm relatively high, and you want to make contact right in your strike zone, which is between your shoulder and your waist. So this is the most comfortable place to make contact. It's right in your strike zone. You want to turn your hips and shoulders, make contact slightly in front of you. You don't want to make contact too much in front or too much to the side, but you want to find that strike zone where you feel most comfortable. And as you finish, you want to extend through the shots and finish with your elbow up in front of your chest and your hand down to bring the ball down with topspin.